Immediately I sat on my chair. Everyone began to laugh. Some whispered weirdo. Others added she smells so bad. Some of my classmates murmured among themselves. I quickly went to the restroom to clean up. How could they hate me to the extent of dumping rotten eggs and dog poop on my seat? I asked myself in tears. Then I went back to the class after cleaning up. Reporting to the teacher is useless, so I just went back to class, only to discover my school bag, my books, and have been shredded to pieces. Most importantly, my necklace, the only thing left of my mum, was missing. I could feel the pressure on me as I asked, "Where is my necklace?" Yelling at everyone for the first time. I flushed it down the toilet. Anna replied, laughing. As the class joined her in laughter, my eyes turned white. My hair turned grey. I think I went too deep. Let me start from the beginning so that you can understand my story. My name is Oma. I am the only daughter of my mother. Her name is Blessing. I was told she visit any river every day. My mom was unable to bear a child and was treated badly by her mother-in-law. My grandma, who raised me till I was 5, told me my mother visited 7 rivers for 90 days because she was confirmed to have no womb at the hospital. The 7 rivers blessed my mum with a child. Unfortunately, she died when I was just 7 months old. After my mum's death, everyone abandoned me, except my grandmother who raised me. She died when I was 5, and I was adopted by a loving family thereafter. They were so nice to me until they had their only child. My parents abandoned me and acted like I never existed, thereby showering their son with all their love. I was withdrawn from a private school and forced to attend a public school. I never had any issues with attending a public school until I became a target of bullies. I hated my life at school and at home. Sometimes, when I get home from school, I had little or no right to complain. And in school, I never stood up to bullies. Instead, I was instructed to do their assignment and run errands. And my teachers were not interested in the students' well-being. Except you have money to offer. These was not my major problem. My main challenge was that I could see and hear beyond physical. What I meant is that I see ghosts. I hear them. Sometimes I get lost watching them or discussing with them. But people thought I was crazy and laughed when I tell them the things I see. It even increased the rate at which I was bullied. One day I was in class and I saw the ghost of an old man. He instructed me to leave the school and warn others immediately. He added that something tragic was about to happen. So I quickly warned others and reported to the principal. But I was ridiculed again. So I took my bag and left. And the class booed after me. Someone shouted, "Crazy monkey," and some added, "The strange native doctor," and others burst into laughter. According to the news I heard, few minutes after I left, part of the school building started to collapse, and students began to run for dear life. Unfortunately, 5 students died from the accident. I couldn't stop blaming myself for the loss. If only I warned them enough, maybe nobody would have died. Different thoughts went through my mind, and I sobbed bitterly. But I wasn't ready for what happened to me after. After my school sorted the issues out, and we all resumed, the rate at which I was bullied increased, and the authorities of the school did nothing when I complained. I was called a witch, and was asked to satisfy different demands and errands, with special powers. Because of this, I hated school and wanted to skip classes. But I wasn't happy at home either. All house chores was done by me. Yet, I was scolded if anything happens to my brother Michael. I was expected to keep an eye on him, while I do loads of chores that will be even difficult for 2 persons. But Michael is a sweet soul, and he always wants to help me. He once stole from our parents to take me to the hospital when I fell sick. I can't give account of all he has done for me, but I can give account of this event, even in my dreams. He sold one of our mum's jewelry to get me my first birthday gift. When he found out I was accused of stealing the jewelry, he attested to it, that he stole the jewelry. He told our parents he gambled with the money, and he was scolded by our dad, and Mom begged on his behalf. The next day, on my way to school, I saw the ghost of 2 students who died from the accident. I was told more tragic things will happen in the school, because the authorities of the school embezzled the funds meant for maintenance of the school, thereby doing a quack job, to look like the school have been repaired. I was told to warn students to remain in their various houses for 5 days. When I got to school, I immediately reported to the authorities. I warned them of the repercussions of the quack job they did. They were surprised and was not happy that I discovered their secret. I told them to give students a break and then take their time to repair the school building, or I will expose their secrets to all students and media. Few hours after I complained, students started to bully me, and the school authorities was in support. I was stoned with foods and fruits. I quickly ran to my class and sat down on my seat. Immediately I sat on my chair. Everyone began to laugh. This was when I noticed my chair was oozing. I just sat on a rotten egg and dog poop. The class burst into laughter and began to mock me. I heard some whispering to themselves saying, "The authorities asked us to bully her." Some laid curses on me, so I went to the restroom to clean up. When I got back from the restroom, everything on my bag was scattered on the floor. I quickly cleaned up my seat, my bag, and arranged everything. By the time I realized the only thing I got from my mum, my necklace was missing. I could feel the pressure on me as I asked, "Where is my necklace?" Anna, my classmate, replied mockingly, "I flushed it down the toilet, ugly monkey." And everyone burst into laughter. I noticed the pressure on me. It felt like electric shock. As I yelled again, asking where my necklace was, my voice sounded like thunder. My eyes turned white, and my hair turned grey. Students began to shiver in fear, and I felt myself floating on air, and wind began to destroy things in my class. I heard Anna's voice saying, "Please, your necklace is in my bag," in a shivering tone. But I was already fed up. I destroyed a lot of school properties and taught the school authorities lessons by destroying their cars. Some students started crying and pleading with me. I recovered my necklace and the pressure in me died. Students from different classes fixed their gaze on me in disbelief. So I took my bag and went home. On getting home, I discovered rumors that I am an evil child has circulated in my town, and my parents forbade me from entering their home. They threw my things outside and asked me to leave. I had nowhere to go. I begged for help, but because of the rumors everywhere, I was neglected. I began to live in the street, and sometimes Michael brings food to me. Sometimes money, clothes, and snacks. But one day he was caught by our parents. My parents accused me of bewitching Michael. I was asked to leave that city, or I will be arrested. Without saying goodbye to my brother, I had to leave. I quickly booked a bus to another state with the money Michael gave me. When I got to the Lagos state, at first I was homeless and lonely. But with time, other homeless people accepted me, and we lived together in trenches. We were living happily together, as one big family, and share our foods too. One early morning, I saw the spirit of a woman standing behind a rich man who tipped me. "Please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you." She was begging her husband not to sign the contract with his best friend. She added that she was killed as a result of the secret she discovered, and her husband is in danger. I quickly ran after him. "Sir, please wait. I have something to tell you. You are on your way to sign a contract with your best friend, which involves investing a lot of money in his business." He exclaimed, "Oh my God." I added, "Do not invest in his business. When you get to his office, just hide a CCTV camera there. Do that secretly and postpone the day you will sign the contract. If you do this, you will discover how your wife died and his plan for you." Then I walked away quietly while he was still in shock, staring at me. On the same day, I walked into a man who was accusing the mother of killing his father. He added that, according to the investigation made, his mother is guilty of murder. He told his mother he never wants to see her again. I walked up to them and said she is innocent. She was framed by your dad's side chick. Your dad did a secret marriage with her. She wants to claim all your father's property to herself. Be careful. She wants your mum to spend the rest of her life in prison, while she enjoys his wealth. Tell the police to investigate well. Also hire a secret organization to investigate. After saying it, I walked out, shouting as I left, "Do not hurt your mum. She is the reason for your success and happiness." This was how I continued to help people within my domain, and also settle disputes. 2 months later, I became popular, and even the wealthy came looking for me. Some of the wealthy people I helped demanded for my wish list. The first thing I asked for was shelter and food for my homeless family. Not long after, I was hired by government secret agents, and I was the best detective. One day, I went home to visit my foster parents. Michael was so happy to see me, and my parents begged for forgiveness. I will leave you to make the decision of forgiveness. I later discovered some students and teachers died from my school after I left, and those corrupt authorities were arrested. Now I have become the good example to every child in my hometown. My biological father and his mother also came begging for forgiveness and acceptance. I will also leave the forgiveness decision to be made by you. That night, I finally saw the ghost of my mother smiling at me. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more. Thank you.